the recognition of having power or having ability, I think, is not a trait that everyone possesses. Like an ability to get past, because I mean, everyone's gonna feel some level of fear when they're doing something, or I might fail or whatever. But there are certain people like I won't assume you. I will in my mind. I'm assuming you, but I won't say you. But I'll say myself. Um, the fact that I will fail never really stops me from doing things. Or not that I will fail, but that I could fail or that I might fail.
Or yeah, we have setbacks.
Yeah, like or yeah, or the fact that something is difficult isn't really the reason not to do something.
No, definitely not.
You know?
Actually, if it's difficult, then I'm really interested.
Yeah,
I don't know, I'm just a sucker for
yeah. But
tell me I can't do something and I will just, it'll make me go harder, you know?
yeah, and
I can't do that.
and this is the thing. Like I've been around people and try to tell them that they can do something and tell them the reasons why they can do something. I can see this in you because of this, and they just can't.
But that has to come from inside, right? That's almost like the self-love thing.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have that mirror, someone saying like, I see this in you with, really good intentions and and trying to support someone. But if they can't have that inner dialogue,
Hmm.
then because imagine the other voice is critical or, saying, no, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? Or I don't know.
Hmm.
And if you can't tell that voice to shut up and you don't have a louder positive voice, then it's really hard. I
Well,
mean,
yes.
I think we spend more time with that, like, that going on and we give more importance to that than that inner voice or whatever than to what other people say, right?
Well, yeah. This is exactly the point that I'm making. There are certain people who can manage this much better than other people, and
I think, but sorry.
no, I mean that's the
Yeah,
statement. I think there's like plenty
but
of people. Okay, because I'm gonna say like, all right, there are some people who are like existing in a level of delusion about certain things. You know what I mean? Like they're not aware of their limitations, right?
it doesn't stop them though.
Yes. So this is what I mean. And then you have these other people on the opposite end of that spectrum who are totally capable, who don't actually have these limitations. They just put them on themselves.
And in a way, they're equally deluded,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
then,
just,
and so this is what I'm saying. There's like certain people who are fortunate enough to be able to manage these things easier than others, because sometimes there are people that like they can handle it on their own and overcome, and then there's people that are able to overcome with the help of others, and then there's those people who can't, even with the help of others, they can't, you just couldn't get them to try, you know what I mean?
but I also, and maybe I think for myself, I've kind of moved between all three personality types.
Hmm.
There are times when I'm really uh, too convinced of my own abilities.
Yeah. Ah,
And but it got me to Amsterdam, hey,
yeah, yeah.
and it got me to Europe, and um, And then there are times when if I'm feeling really low,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
just like
Mm-hmm.
but that passes. I
Mm-hmm.
guess maybe for some people they have more of a dominance
Mm-hmm.
personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just think there's like, yeah, I don't think there's first of all, we can't be inside of everyone's head. So,
And that's
uh,
what I try.
you know, well,
That's
but
what
there are some people who exude, oh, dude, I could do it. I could do it. No problem. You know? But we don't know what's actually going on the inside of them.
right. Maybe they're doing the fake it till you make it
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. And but there's what kind of really counts as the result. You know what I mean? Like what
Yeah.
actually happens. And then you can kind of see, someone's level of skill or talent versus what they've set out to achieve or mentioned that they wanted to achieve and attempted slash accomplished. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where you really kind of know what it is, because most people who have ability and set out to do something are pretty much going to do what they set out to do, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we wouldn't have survived as a species if
mhm,
that weren't the case, right?
yeah. But it takes a certain segment of society to be those people that are willing to try and willing to fail. And I mean, you know, there are plenty of people who live passively. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is. It's just the difference between people who, and I mean, like, you don't necessarily live passively in all aspects of your life, but in certain aspects,
Mm-hmm.
like, people sometimes don't take life changing actions.
No, often they don't, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Um,
But it's the people that do that are the ones that kind of maybe keep us all going. You think?
they're the ones that I find most interesting personally.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, yeah.